Foster grant, something like that.
I'll take those off too. Just give me a second.
Yeah, take the mustache off.
Okay.
Okay, the court is in session and calls number 316910. The case is style of state of Texas versus Luigi Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Vasquez?
Doing good, sir.
That's good. Mr. Vasquez, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Rife Kimler. Mr. Kimler, how you doing?
Pretty good, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Kimler, Mr. Vasquez case is on the court's announcement docket. Do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Mr. Vasquez case?
Trial.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, the case is gonna be set for trial for April 11th of 2022. Mr. Vasquez, you can stand on the far X in front of our court coordinator. She's gonna give you the reset. Once she gives you a reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Okay.
And Mr. Kimmer, your reset will be sent to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, I was just making sure you didn't have nobody else. Okay, Mr. Kimmer?
That was it. He was the only one, Your Honor.
You may be excused and you have a blessed day. Your reset will be sent to you.
Thank you. You too.
All right, thank you. Which one? Howard. Okay, yeah. Herbert Sidney Howard III. Court is in session in two cases. First case is cause number 327-470. Second case is cause number 427-478-1. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Herbert Sidney Howard III. Mr. Howard, is that your full name?
Yes, sir. Herbert Sidney Howard is there.
Okay. Mr. Howard, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Howard, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Howard, you may put your hand down. Mr. Howard, I have before me in cause number 327-470 an information that alleges that on or about March 6th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon while engaging in criminal activity. Mr. Howard, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge, Mr. Howard, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily,
Yes, sir.
and are you pleading guilty because you do not, are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Howard, I also have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Let's see. On this document, Mr. Howard, I will show it to you. Mr. Howard, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials HH on the line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, Mr. Howard, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case And you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Howard, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that is titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Howard, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Matuska, you've advised and counseled Mr. Howard. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Mr. Howard, your attorney, Mr. Matuska, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Howard, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 30 days in jail. Time has been served with court costs to be taxed and retired. Additionally, the defendant and state have agreed on a motion to forfeit the 2 handguns that were the basis of this particular charge. And the state has agreed to dismiss case number 327-478 as against Mr. Howard.
Okay, 478-1.
327-478-1. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Howard, I have before me a motion to forfeit. Mr. Howard, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Howard, prior to signing this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in this document?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Howard, I will grant the state's motion to forfeit the weapon. And the weapon will be forfeited to Beaumont Police Department. Mr. Howard, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Howard, I'll follow the plea bargain. Let me do this here. I'll just read it to you again. Mr. Howard, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $337, but you will not have to pay the court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. And the state, you will be forfeiting the weapon in this case, and the state will be dismissing cause number, you're gonna have to put a 1 on the end of that. Yeah. The state will be dismissing cause number 327-478-1. And now, again, Mr. Howard, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Howard, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. You hand this to your
Yes,
client.
sir.
Mr. Howard, your attorney is handing you what is titled the model written admonition on inability to possess firearm or ammunition. I will go over this document with you, and it reads, in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonish you of the following. Number one, you are, by entry of order or judgment, ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code, Section 46.013, A, firearms mean any device made or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or carry firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or carry firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Order for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code, Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code, Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code, Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code, Section 85.026, warning on protective order. Now, Mr. Howard, the written admonishment that you have in your possession is for you to keep. And this will conclude your case. Please stand on the X next to your attorney. You're going to follow the directions of the clerk. Once you finish following in those directions, you'll be free to go. And I will be signing the dismissal as well.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on a minute.
That's where you are.
You good?
Okay, y'all free to go. Y'all have a blessed day. Mr. Kyle.
Terry Johnson has.
Okay, you can have her to come on.
Terry Johnson.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. The court is in session in cause number 330262. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Karen Alicia Johnson. Ms. Johnson, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Johnson? You doing all right? Now, Ms. Johnson, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Bruce Cobb. Mr. Cobb, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine now.
That's good. Mr. Cobb, I see here that Ms. Johnson's Ms. Johnson has a felony case that's set on March 9th of 2022. You like to have this case set on the same date or a different date?
If we could have it set on a different day to make sure about what happens at the felony. I don't know what's gonna happen at the felony. But
Okay.
my understanding is it is related to the incident which she's charged with now.
Okay. Now you want it, let's see, what day of the week is the 9th? You want it set on a Friday or what day of the week you want it set on?
Friday would be fine.
Friday? March 11 is, okay.
That'd be fine.
Okay, this case is gonna be reset for March 11th. So that just simply means, Ms. Johnson, that on the 9th, you have to go to the felony court. And 2 days later, you're gonna have to come to this court. Do you understand? Okay, your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once he signed the pad over there, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Cobb, I think this is your only case. You'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. You can go ahead on that sign for your reset.
We can approach briefly on a case that's not on your docket.
Oh.
It's just a reset request for Monday.
Just give it the coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on the trial docket and
Yeah.
the discovery isn't ready yet.
yeah, we're not having trials anyway. Yeah,
We're just waiting on DPS.
Yeah,
to
because
send
of
off the
COVID,
request,
yeah.
and they said pick one.
yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Real quick.